cloud computing is something that is not new to the masses as well as towards enterprises, companies, etc. So, what exactly is cloud computing, if we are to ask in a layman's term?
Yeah, that's a very good question because while there is a lot of excitement about cloud, there is also a lot of confusion about cloud. Cloud means different thing to different people. So, to succinctly describe cloud, there is a commonly accepted definition which is put by National Institute of Standards and Technology in the United States. It talks about cloud as a computing paradigm that allows flexible, agile, self-service access to IT, which provides rapid elasticity. It provides transparency in terms of metering, billing, and chargeback in terms of who is using what, and a very simplified access to the IT environment. So any IT environment that has those kind of characteristics, whether that is hosted on the internet, whether that is running out of a corporate data center, and regardless of whatever kind of services it offers, whether it offers simple infrastructure, like storage, compute as a service, or even higher level of service. So cloud computing essentially is about a simplified, agile, and transparent IT environment.
Okay, we have witnessed several technologies in the name of, say, Facebook has been there. We have witnessed the technologies of instant messaging, Twitter. Many such innovations are there that have actually left a really big mark on the technology front. So why, despite cloud computing has been there for quite some time. So why has been able to create a big mark on the enterprise front? So where is it lacking actually?
So that's a very interesting question because, as you rightly said, the concept of something being hosted on the internet is not new. People have used solutions like Hotmail or Yahoo Mail, for quite some time. What has been new is that, the process that basically, that runs all the components behind the scene and all the efficiency that are generally were only applicable to a more scalable environment like Facebook or Google or Amazon. Now there is a desire to bring the same kind of automation efficiency to a regular enterprise also. Because what is happening is that the business is getting much more dynamic, so demands on IT are increasing. And the conventional IT is seen as too fragmented, too slow, and very complex to cope up to that demand. So there is a real desire among the corporate CIOs to help, transform either their captive IT or to procure services from outside that enables them to keep up with the pace of business and focus more on serving the business users as opposed to just spending all their time in keeping the environment up and running.
Okay, we have recently witnessed, heavy attacks against a PlayStation network where hundreds and thousands of, user accounts were compromised. And, we have also seen several Facebook accounts as well as other storage companies that have been threatened by, various hacker attacks. So don't you think this security is one prime reason behind the enterprise reluctance towards going for the cloud computing solution?
Well, security is certainly one of the big concerns. In fact, if you look at some of the surveys done by IDC and Forrester, people like cloud because it gives them agility, it gives them cost efficiency. But one of the big concerns has been security and the quality of service, with security definitely taking the prime billing. And some of those concerns are really valid. Some of them are just perceptions. But it is true that the security is a big concern and it needs to be addressed. There are multiple different ways to address that concern. One of the reasons why people are looking at a private cloud as opposed to a public cloud is because it gives them control. The data resides within their data center. It's fully within their control, and it also allows them to just take their captive investment that they have made and draw more and more benefit out of that. So private cloud becomes one of the ways to address that concern. The other way to handle that is definitely to, if you're looking at a public cloud solution or if you're looking at using any kind of shared platform, you have to design security into the product and into the services as well. So Oracle has a long history of building security in our product. We have the richest set of security capability. We encrypt the data, we can mask the data, We have capabilities where people can only see the data that they are allowed to see, where even administrators cannot see the data. So so we believe that all the investment that we have put in terms of creating a secure enterprise automatically lends itself very well even in the cloud space.
Okay, right now we see that enterprises generally going for the server-based storage norm.
Yeah.
So when cloud computing storage, comes center stage, does that mean a cost-effective solution for the enterprise?
Well, it depends on what enterprise is looking to do. There are many different kind of storage needs. The kind of thing that you really read in the media every day is about storage of media, photos, videos, and all that. And clearly, their requirement is to find the most cost-efficient storage. Performance is not necessarily the key consideration. On the other hand, if you're looking at running mission-critical application, where a database might be interacting with the storage tier, there, I/O bandwidth, the latency becomes very, very important. So, I would say yes, for certain kind of needs, the cost will definitely go down, especially if you get the economies of scale and if you better leverage technology like compression and all that. But in general, the cloud computing has to be more about application, particularly from an enterprise perspective, because the component itself, you may optimize the cost of the component level, but ultimately your goal is to deliver, better business service. Now, if the business service that you are offering to customer itself is the storage capacity, then that's great. But if you are going to offer more value-added services in terms of self-service access to request an account or to add more services to your account, then in that case it's the application SLA that matters the most. So depending on what your needs are, one or more of the different kind of services may be suitable for you.
What's Oracle's take on cloud computing storage, as in what it has in store for its consumers?
So in Oracle, we have been focused on enterprises. We are one of the few players in the industry that offer our customer the complete stack. We offer everything from application to middleware, database, operating system, virtualization, all the way down to the hardware. So our philosophy there is that we believe in providing our customers a vertically integrated, complete stack with best of breed components, and then we are working with customers to either consume them in a public cloud or build a private cloud or even set up a hybrid cloud. So we are very focused on serving our customers. Unlike we also believe that a customer will want to use a mix of all these offerings. So some of them will like to use public cloud, others will like to build a private cloud, and eventually everybody will need a hybrid cloud. We also offer our customers the rich set of services, whether they want to cater to just the infrastructure as a service market, where they want to offer storage as a service or compute as a service, or they want to go for some value-added services like database as a service, data as a service, or application deployment as a service. Clearly, because of the stack that we have built over the period of time and all the elasticity that we have built into every layer of the stack, we are in a position to do that, and in a much better way compared to anybody else in the industry.
How big is this cloud computing market as far as the global context is concerned?
There are a lot of studies out there. There are estimates ranging from a few $1 billion to a few $100 billion. My own personal take is that cloud computing is the logical next step in the evolution of enterprise. So eventually, to me, the enterprise IT market eventually will become a cloud computing market. So it's kind of difficult to put a number, but it's suffice to say that we see a very strong interest from customers. This thing that started 2 or 3 years ago as a kind of interesting topic, the interest has remained, and the interest in fact has grown, and we see a lot of customers who have moved from education phase to real implementation phase. We are talking about how they can create a cloud strategy, how they can transform their enterprise IT into a private cloud, or they can move more and more of their application into public cloud.
Okay, where does Oracle stand in terms of its competitors? There are several players in the domestic as well as international market. So, where does Oracle come into play?
So in Oracle, we all our main motto is to serve customers and give them the flexibility. So, as I said earlier, we provide our customers the complete stack. We provide a public cloud platform of our own. We deliver all a cloud platform that customers can use either to build a public cloud, private cloud, or a service provider can use to create a public cloud. So we believe in providing our customers enough choices to either set up a public cloud, set up a private cloud, or consume public cloud services either delivered by Oracle or delivered by any of our partners. The one strength that we have compared to everybody else is that we are the only complete enterprise technology stack vendor. So the kind of solution that we can provide to our customers are certainly unparalleled in the sense that most people, when they talk about cloud today, they talk about infrastructure. Essentially, they talk about virtualization, they talked about handing out storage as a service. We are the only people who are talking about application as a service, database as a service. And clearly those are the solutions where enterprises see the best fit for their requirement, because it enables them to marry the benefits of the flexibility and the self-service access that the customers expect, as well as the professional management that their IT environments can provide.
How much market share does Oracle enjoy in the cloud computing space?
So we normally don't give out the market share numbers, but it's suffice to say that we are the predominant enterprise technology vendors, and there's literally no enterprise out there in the world which doesn't use one or more of our Oracle products. So I would say we are one of the biggest player, and in many cases we are the biggest player in the market.
Okay, as far as the Indian context is concerned, cloud computing is facing challenges here. So what remedial measures do you see that can actually fix them?
So again, one of the reasons why people are struggling is because I think there is some element of confusion about what cloud is. In my discussion with customers, I think I see customers trying to figure out what their cloud strategy should be, and some of them are looking at using the public cloud offering. Some of them are looking at building their own public cloud. One of the areas which has been a kind of concern in the past is the connectivity. The network connectivity, but I think in the last few years in India we have made tremendous progress. Internet connection has become much more widespread, much more reliable, and that is the one of the key things about cloud computing is that whether you have private cloud or public cloud, there has to be a broad network access to the infrastructure. So, clearly with the evolution that has happened in the industry, where vendors like us coming with a holistic cloud management solution, one of the things that people struggled in the past was cloud was always seen as a blueprint for them. There wasn't off-the-shelf solution that they could use. It was always expensive system integration project. So the combination of the fact that we have come up with an integrated cloud management solution that provides people the complete cloud lifecycle management, a single console to manage the entire cloud stack, as well as a solution that gives them insight into the business application, coupled with the other development that has happened in the industry in terms of the lowering of the cost of the compute storage, as well as the widespread connectivity explosion. All these things are actually making cloud computing a lot more viable today. So I do expect in the next few years to cloud adoption to become mainstream in India as well.
Any details that you would like to give about your key channel partners or even your clients for this cloud computing?
I would certainly like to encourage our partners to work with them. We are a very partner-focused company. We work with partners in more than one way. We work with partners to extend the reach of Enterprise Manager. People can build plugins for the non-Oracle components. But we also work with the partners in terms of helping them either create their own cloud services based on our components, or to help out them work with our customers to implement the solutions that we provide. So I will highly encourage our partners to look at the new product that we have launched, which is the Enterprise Manager 12C. I'm here in India to launch the product, and there's a lot of material available out there on the web. To our customers, I would just like to say that it's time to think seriously about cloud, and it's very important to think about a cloud in a holistic manner. Don't let any vendor, including us, just restrict the scope of your cloud. Your cloud should be about transforming your IT, entire IT, the physical, virtual, the entire stack of your IT, which is applications, middleware, database, everything. Your cloud solution must encompass all of these things. So if you have a cloud strategy that only talks about a certain aspect of your enterprise and doesn't cover the length and breadth of your enterprise, then probably that's not the direction. That may not be the best course in the long run. So definitely think about how you can create a comprehensive strategy which is going to transform your entire enterprise IT and empower your business users.